I'm Craig, by the way. Are you always so blunt?" he asked.
"Yes," she replied.
There was a moment of silence. He seemed to be waiting for her to elaborate. She didn't. "You are. That's okay. I'm good with bluntness," Craig replied with a charming grin. Junebug glanced at him suspiciously, finished what she was doing, and in seconds she had Craig's boarding pass open. It was weird hacking someone who was sitting right next to her, watching her do it, but it was necessary. She needed to know what to do, and for that she needed information. 5 minutes and several ignored attempts at small talk later, she had his life history, including his financial records. She tisked. "What's the matter? Hey, is that me?" he asked, leaning into her space. She gave him a sweet smile and nodded.
"Yes,"
she said innocently.
"You don't have very good money management skills. You shouldn't have booked first class if you couldn't pay cash for it. My oh my, your longest employment has only been 6 months, and I can understand why. How can you have a degree in business management and finance and be so bad at it? Oh, never mind. You are a trust fund baby living beyond your means. Your granddad is Harvey Lippin, president of a financial investment group based out of California. You had excellent grades until you started high school. When your academic performance drastically declined, your parents sent you to a prestigious boarding school in Virginia. You did a little better there."
Craig sat back as if a viper had bitten him. His eyes were enormous. Satisfied that he had moved out of her space, she closed the laptop. She leaned her seat back and closed her eyes. Craig cleared his throat. Irritation flared inside her. She lifted an eyelid and peered at him.
"What do you want?"
He cleared his throat again. Who do you work for? Who are you?"
"Your worst nightmare if you don't leave me alone. I can send your expense reports to your grandpa," she replied. She flashed him a brilliant smile before closing her eye. She had already moved on from Craig. He wouldn't bother her again. Midnight said that she was too trusting. She might not be good at reading people in the flesh like her sister, but she was damn good at reading their digital lives. Craig was a user. Everything and everyone was sacrificed in the name of fun. It may have taken her slightly longer to learn than Midnight would have, but it wasn't really a race. Midnight's opinion of her social skills was based off of information that was so old by now. Things change. She could do this. Junebug breathed deeply, trying to calm her mind. The stresses of the trip so far were catching up to her, like a tsunami she had been running from, and now that she was here and it was quiet, fear rose in her throat, threatening to choke her as the low hum of voices on the plane slowly grew louder in her mind. Her anxiety built, along with the imagined noise, until her right leg moved uncontrollably. She thought of Jam-man. He was an island of tranquility in her rising panic. It was ridiculous to fall in love with someone she had never met in person, and a small part of her feared her overactive imagination and isolation had turned him into someone he wasn't. But he gets me. At least, she hoped he did. He didn't know about her awkwardness around people, or her constant need to fidget. Midnight was working with her on controlling it, but even now, half asleep, she was unconsciously tapping her fingers and feet. It was hard being still. Her body and mind hated it. She moved her hand down to her thigh and bunched her rainbow-colored skirt in her fist. The breathing exercises weren't working. Nausea and an overwhelming need for air made her breathing shallow and uneven. "Hey, do you want to play a game?" Her lips parted at Jam-man's imagined voice. It was soft, but it disrupted all her previous thoughts and feelings like a stone tossed in a pond. Even though he wasn't really there, she clung to the memory of their hours of conversation. She had been 16 and sounded even younger when they first met. Afraid he would know she was underage and not want to talk to her, she had used a voice filter. He had never heard her real voice. "Which game would you like to play?" "Middle-earth Rising,"